Who's ready for one of my favorite games of all times? Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I let some of that intro music play out because it holds a lot. I'm very excited to be playing this on this channel. I know it's kind of a really old game, and I know some people don't enjoy it being played. It's not really everybody's kind of cup of tea, but this is something that I grew up with. So let's go and have fun. I will kind of speed through it. I have 100% of this game on every version that I could possibly get a hold of. I am currently playing on an emulator just because it's easiest for recording, but I do have it both in actual form and also on the Switch with that NSO. I have the 3DS remake. I have this in every form. It is my favorite game. So let's go ahead and get in here before this switches over to more spoilers, in case those who haven't played this 29-year-old game, or however long ago it was made. I know I think it's a little older than I am, but I definitely grew up with this. So let's go and get in here. I'm just gonna go with the classic name it yourself. Of course, all caps. I am playing with like a 64 controller. Now it is plugged in USB. Best I can do, unfortunately. One of those little cheap ones. So let's go and get into this. I'll let the story play out. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this now. I know I've played every version. It doesn't mean I'm exceptionally good at this game, so warning, I may fail quite a number of times. I've also never played it while recording myself, so that'll be interesting. I have watched a number of speedruns, so I kind of generally know the speedrun routes as well. I may try some of that stuff. That being said, I may not. Oh, I will have to change that later. I know there's coins or rupees rather. I forgot to change my Z targeting here, so let me go ahead and do that. Now, you're gonna see me do a lot of backwalking. Backwalking is one of the fastest movements for somebody who doesn't have perfect input. With that being said, I'll try not to do it too much just because I know it's kind of boring watching it backwards. Oh, I went to the wrong place, didn't go far enough. Now I'm not gonna make the cycle. Now, the beginning of the game is always the same. The objective is, of course, to just get your Deku shield and your Kokiri sword. Not really a whole lot to say about that, but it is always fascinating to me how simplistic the beginnings of some of these Zelda games have been. Because there really isn't a whole lot going on right this very second in Link's life. It's very fascinating to me. Let's see if I do this. Oh! Alright, I'll just run it. I tried to make it, it didn't work. Doesn't mean I'm exceptionally good at this game. So I do have to get 40 rupees in order to get the shield clear, so that's what we're gonna do next. The things I used to do a lot when I was little was this. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, okay, it worked. Now you can go in here and get 5 rupees. From the corner, come back out, get 5 more rupees, and then you can get up on top of the bridge and get 5 more rupees from there. This is kind of a little bit of experiment as well. I intend to do maybe a challenge run or 2 of Zelda, just to see, test it out, stuff like that. Oh, that didn't work. Because I've never really done a challenge run, and I thought it'd be fascinating to try it. With a game that I love. No better excuse, I guess. Now, I believe these are all green rupees, or potentially. I will just get the 40 and move on. There's no point in farming a whole lot, because there's better ways to farm later. I don't intend to 100% it, even though I normally do, but I will still probably go out of my way and get random stuff, just out of habit. Like I said, I've played this game so many different times. Okay, so this is where you get gatekeeped over from Sword and Shield, because this guy does not like you. Most likely because he happens to like Saria, and quite frankly, I think he's jealous of that fact. I'm not certain if it's directly stated, but I'm pretty certain it's implied. I'm sorry if I skipped through some of the text here, it's just pure habit. I'll try to remember some of the text to play through. So my goal every video is to go through at least 2 dungeons, and or 2 major events, just to kind of push us along so it's not stagnating, because I could really spend a long time in this game. I remember the very first time I ever entered this dungeon. Well, we'll see. The atmosphere is... Just imagine you're a very young child, less than 10 years old. Now for those who haven't played this game and didn't catch it, we're in here to try to dispel a curse that was put upon him. Okay. You can take your sword out right before you get to the vines, and it'll actually prevent her from talking, but alas, I did not do it. Some of these tricks are much harder on emulator than That would be on actual 64 because there's a lot of lag between inputs. I do apologize for the voice though, I am still a little sick. I'm getting over that. What I just acquired was this map here, so let's go and take a look. It's got a total of 5 floors, it looks like. Every floor looks pretty simple except for maybe basement 1. Let's try another trick here. I got it. So you can skip a door trigger doing that. Normally, Navi would talk to you at the door. Now he's just telling you about a new role feature, so this was not... 3D space was not something very prominent back in the day, so they had to teach a lot of different mechanics that nowadays we kind of get. So we're used to 3D space. Now the way the game kind of intends you to do this room is very different than the way I'm going to. It really intends for you to shoot down a ladder. I'm just going to ignore that. Mostly because I'm not a big fan of slingshot. Oh, still almost failed it. Almost went off there sideways and missed, and I would have had to do it anyways. Doesn't mean I'm exceptionally good at this game. Alright, so now that we got this, we're gonna go on over here. And I equipped it. Now it is entirely possible to make it through this whole thing without killing any one of them. It is not easy, but it is entirely possible. Now, we have to do this trick every time we go to a door in the main room. I didn't get it. Well, now we don't have to worry about it anymore. But this is what I was talking about. You skip this right here, where she just tells you how to open the door. You see how much time that wastes. I'm really in here for, not the Skulltula or anything, but I'm in here for the compass. Because these are things that we'll be getting. The compass is nice to have even if you've played this game multiple times. It just shows you what treasures and stuff you haven't opened yet. And you can see Skulltula over there. I'm not about to get that. That is part of a very long optional side quest of getting 100 of those guys. And I have no intention of completing that now. I just rebound off that. Now these guys were, I never figured out how to kill them when I was little, so I just kind of ran around them most of the time until I got my bow and arrow. See if I can do it. Ah, not the right angle. That would have worked though. So that is a Deku Nut. It's actually incredibly useful, but very rarely used, even though it should be used more. So ordinarily, I would just work on trying to skip here, but I think I'm going to go through the long way. Now he's going to tell us a code here, so we're just going to see if we can remember it. He has a lot of faith in his brothers. 2, 3, and 1. 23 is number 1. Last room's a little bit of training for these kind of eye things here. Now the intended path is to kind of like do this kind of thing. You hit the button. You're really supposed to time it and everything. Kill this thing. and she's going to tell you how to tell the blocks. Now, this is kind of where a lot of people got annoyed, but back in the day when she was first introduced, she was very well received. At least as far as I know from my group of friends that I talked with. Simply because it was nice to be told how to actually move some of this stuff. Again, 3D space was just not something we had mastered, so being able to kind of figure some of this stuff out was nice. Now you will see me constantly slashing my sword. It's just to put the stick away, kind of keep it from burning, essentially. That's not the one I wanted. There we go. And rolling's just another way of going faster, but it's useful in short distances like that, just simply because you don't have to turn around, turn the screen all the way around, and hope you're going the right way. Let's see if we can do this correctly. I oftentimes would fail this part simply just because I get in a rush. Rolling also helps you to jump faster, and I straight up failed that. I thought I set it on fire, I did not. But rolling will help you jump faster as well, because jump speed is based off of your initial speed off of the edge. So there's a lot of ways to get faster. And I was the wrong way again, dang it. So the number here is 23, is number 1, so we're at 2. 3. 1. Oh. You missed. Something that's kind of fascinating is you can come back here with the hammer, and the other two actually have dialogue, but normally you're never actually supposed to reach that. And they are all actually Navi the Fairy. Because the dialogue they give you tells you that they are in fact Navi the Fairy. Let's go and fight this boss here. Now those astute, we'd be able to already seen it. We'll go ahead and watch this intro though. Now, you can actually get her stuck, and I tried to, it didn't work. Like that, right there. You get her stuck just like that. I kind of failed it the first time. It is entirely possible to one-cycle her. Now, she is the curse I was put on the Deku tree here, so we'll go ahead and collect our rewards here. Nice little heart piece, hopefully. As is the Zelda norm. And we'll enter our blue light here, and then we should have another cutscene. The Force Protector is now gone. So here, Mido's gonna go ahead and stop us. He's gonna be really annoyed. He's gonna think we killed him. Which must mean he thinks highly enough of us to be able to kill him. Now we're in Hyrule Field here. We'll be seeing a lot of Hyrule Field, but hopefully not too much. Away we go. Alright, now that the owl's done with, let's see if we can make it. So I'm gonna backwalk here just simply because I'm trying to make it to Hyrule Castle on time. I don't think my angle's great, but there we go, that should be a little better. Because I'd rather not be left outside where we have to wait through the whole night cycle. So the whole point of us going to this castle is to go ahead and just go to Zelda. This is one of the first times you'll see her, and hopefully I'll make it. I don't think I'm going to, because I decided to stop. Alright, I did make it. Nice. So this is Hyrule Town. Now we just need to kind of wait for night here. We're almost there anyways, so we need to talk to Malon. So we can get an egg to wake up Talon, so that way we can then talk to the owl again. Alright, so now it's nighttime, and Malin should be out here, so let me reload the area a little bit. There we go. Forgot we had to talk to her a second time. She just kind of tells you what to do with it. Now let's hopefully not get caught by the guards. That's my objective anyways. There's a specific walk you can do. I'm gonna try it. Nope. Okay. Now, no matter how loud you are, they won't hear you. But they certainly can see you. Look how fast I'm going. It's important I get in here before day. Just because they have better vision during the day. So now we have that chicken, or Kuko, actually. The Zelda's version of chickens anyways. And now we're going to talk to him. This is Talent. This is Malin's father. And he owns the nearby ranch. Which we will be visiting later because it is required. Now, if we can get back in here while it's nighttime, that'd be great. No, we have to push this over here because we gotta jump across. We gotta make it to a specific hole. And it's that over there. When we go through there, it's gonna go through one of probably the more boring sections in my opinion. I wish I could skip every single time. You cannot. It is very much required, unfortunately. And now our whole objective, don't get caught. It is entirely possible to actually skip through everything. Kind of. And that you can do it without getting caught. Because you have to be on the ground for more than a frame. And so you can't actually just skip it all. I've always kind of thought this one kind of looked like an AT-AT. And this is a nice little generic statue always. Oh. I tried to be fancy and then the camera change got me. I want to show one thing here. You can do this. And this. And he tries to blow you up. I don't know why that gets me. I didn't know the cutscene. Well, fun fact that please keep secret from everybody. I believe is a reference to Zelda 1. It's said by Moblin. And now we're off to Impa. Now this is, in terms of Zelda's, she's not my favorite iteration of Zelda, that goes to Skyward Sword, but she's definitely one that's more proactive. Some of the story Zelda kind of just appears at the end, doesn't really do a whole lot. And since like Twilight Princess, she doesn't really do a whole lot, she just kind of gets captured and then that's it. Spirit Track, she's far more involved, things like that, but she's a little more involved in this one at least. Now I'm not gonna spoil Hal just in case somebody still hasn't played this game, but yeah, she does get a little more involved. Now of all the things in this game, I'm the worst at songs. Absolutely terrible. I cannot for the life of me ever remember a song, so I will probably be looking them up constantly. Now, our next goal is to go back into the woods to get Sario's song so that we can then talk to Darunia so that we can then go and enter Death Mountain. Kind of. Or like a side part of Death Mountain. Boom, gone. Now, if I remember correctly, if you actually freeze frame, you can actually see the Deku Nut she throws. But on our way to the woods, we're gonna go and stop by Lon Lon Ranch. We're gonna see if we can't get one of our bottles, because those are pretty important, and then we're also gonna see if we can't talk to and get Epona's song. Those are both required for later in the game, but it is nice to just go ahead and get this out of the way now. Get some of that. I can talk to him. Now he's gonna talk to us about playing a mini game here. This mini game is to find these 3 chickens. Now this isn't strictly required. Having a bottle is just nice to have. Alright, there's one. And there's all of them. 7 fan theories actually say that that's who Link ends up with. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but there's some fan theories. Alright, I got a bottle. Works just like how you'd think. Put it on the C button, we can drink or swipe a whole bunch of different stuff. So it's nice to have. You can put things like potions, milk, other things. Now, one of the strongest healing right now is milk, just because we have so low health. Come on. There we go. Couldn't remember how many times I had to talk to her. Up, left, right. Alright. Apologize for my yawning. It is pretty early in the morning right now. Should probably stop recording this early. Now that's a required song for later to get Epona. I'm not going to spoil how. Anytime you see the owl, it's a required event. But out we go. Now I should probably explain something. Time, so the owl talked about it earlier, but time only passes in very specific areas. Lon Lon Ranch is not one of them. So in terms of timing and of everything, Lon Lon Ranch was fine to go through. But we're gonna try to make it hopefully back, not necessarily before dark, that doesn't really matter that much, but hopefully get into Kakariko without having to deal with too much darkness. I don't really want to deal with those guys. Whoops. Bonk. I'll probably do that a whole bunch more too, I'm sure. Now, one way is to know if you're going the right way is to listen for the song. As the song gets louder or quieter, depends on whether you're close to the right way or not. Now, he's actually getting ready to explain that, so I'm going to skip it. This way, and then this. There we go. I just kind of know the way, generally speaking, just because, again, I've played this so many times. Now, the only attacks that hurt those guys are the ones in the back, and their back. Can make it through here without dying. Now, going up hills and slopes and like that, you'll see me side hopping. That is one of the fastest ways to go up them. Now that we got Saria Song, we gotta head all the way to Death Mountain now. We can stop in here, get some fairies, just to kind of heal up a little bit, so we don't die. It'd be pretty embarrassing. So while we head over there, a little bit of tidbit about me, in terms of this game, is not only the second Zelda I ever played, it's not even the first, but I actually didn't play it to begin with. Somebody else played it for me. So I got to watch them play it. And they got to this dungeon that we're heading up to. And I got really terrified as a kid. It was actually very hard for me to watch them. Nowadays, obviously, it's not so scary, but back then, very terrifying for me. Now we're just gonna kind of leave a random direction, and I'll just immediately eject us out here. The first Zelda I ever played was A Link to the Past on the SNES. And oddly enough, I hadn't until recently played the original Zeldas 1 and 2. And I kind of really went from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, and I just kind of did the 3D route. I didn't really do a whole lot of the 2D Zeldas until recently. So we already have a bottle. The Cucko lady in here is another way to get another bottle, so don't think she's out at night. We'll have to come back and do that later. Now this guard is actually kind of mean. Eventually you can give him a mask and it's supposed to be for his child, but he just kind of keeps that mask. And then he also insults Link here and just calls him Mr. Hero. Almost as if he doesn't believe. Now he's going to ask us about this mask. The shield he's talking about is a metal shield that does not burn. However, I'm going to go to the graveyard and see if I can't get a free one. Because I remember there's one in there. But I want to get this cutscene out of the way. Now you'll be hearing those like spider noises. That's coming from gold Skulltulas. I'll be ignoring every single one of them. And into the graveyard we go. Now I just have to find the correct one. Looks like this is the correct one right here. So it's kind of funny how the rain just kind of stops on it. Nope, that's the wrong one, but that's okay, it should work. Kill these guys. Now these enemies are called keys. They're just bats essentially. I kind of aim to save my life. Doesn't mean I'm exceptionally good at this game. There we go. Pretty certain this one isn't strictly necessary, but we're already in here at this point. Now these guys are called Redeads, and we're gonna see if we can't just skip every single one of them. Because quite frankly, they suck to deal with. And there's our notes. Right down up, right down up. And change it from day to night. And vice versa. And it looks like we managed to skip all of them. Nice. Because we went super fast. And now we just gotta find the correct grave here. Now we gotta get this kid away. So we're gonna just change it from night to day again. We should actually pop back out of the hole we were at. Nope. Ah, here we go. Now this also can freeze these redeads. So that's what I'm using this here for. And not having killed him. I think we have to play this to get the shield. Nice, I stood right on top of it. And that was not what I thought it was. I have 100% of this game on every version that I could possibly get a hold of. I swear that was a shield. Ah, it's this one. That will look very similar. Now again, this is a metal shield. It allows us to not burn our shield. Once you get it, there's almost never any reason to take it off. You can't crouch stab with it, and you can't like target and block very easily. But for the most part, it'll block what you need to. And you're really only a little kid for so long in the game. And it's almost not worth getting your shield burned. There's a few times that you do have to switch. Alright, up we go. We're gonna ignore Navi for now. And that's the dungeon we're passing by, so we'll be back. But we gotta go get an item first. We're gonna enter probably one of the more well-known races of Zelda, one of their main hubs here. So now we're going to play Zelda's Lullaby, because remember we had to show our connection to the royal family. Anytime you see the crest and such below. So because we're connected, we can go in here. Now I'm already forgotten a song. Down, right, left. Okay. So he's gonna be really confused that we're in here, and then we're gonna play that Saria song. And then he just starts talking about the rock that we're gonna blow up. And get to enjoy this excellent, most excellent dance piece. And we just cured depression, guys. I like how he just goes and tells us all this stuff though about it. It's a super secret that he told us. And this is our item. We can now pick up bomb flowers. also lets us pick up grass. Not that I'll be using that much. Get some items and let's go. And we're gonna head on out of here. Come on. And so now our next objective is to blow up that rock. Remember, we can now pick up bomb rocks. So and I straight up missed. I'm pretty certain. Nice. Oh, I got it. And we're gonna flip down here. We're just gonna get this heart piece since we're right here. Nice little health refill right before we go into the boss. Now you're not actually supposed to get it that way. That's just a nice little shortcut to get it. Now this is the one that scared me when I was really, really little. Did make me not want to play it. It certainly actually made me want to play it more, but it did scare me. So we're gonna go around here. As you can see, this place is very full of fire. And that is what would happen to your shield, is you'd burn. And these little guys, they're called Beamos, and they shoot little beams. And get ready for baby Dodongos. I'm gonna push this here. None of the child dungeons are very difficult. They're more like training for the adult portion of this. And so what you'll notice is these will be pretty short. Come on, there you go. There we go, I just want some health. So another little tidbit about combat is that the stick here will do +1 damage. Instantly ending the fight there. A little itch on my nose. Now I'm going to show you something if it works in this version. So in older versions, this is called a power crouch stab. Boom. It retains the qualities of whatever you last used. So in this case I used the powerful stick. It retained the qualities of the said powerful stick. As you can see, I can just one-shot some of these enemies. Now we'll have to open this via this over here. And we're gonna hit this. This should open the door across the way, and we're gonna go across the way. And then our objective from that is to work on getting bombs, or at least a dungeon item anyways. And now we're gonna do the most epic thing of backflips up the stairs. Necessary every single time. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Nice, 20 rupees. Ready, here we go. And that is why I unequipped the wooden shield, because I would have burned there. Now sometimes you can actually jump off the switch towards the door. That's what I attempted, that did not work. I'm just gonna ignore him. And then she stops you right before you get spiked. Anyway, she's basically telling you so you can peer around corners. Too early? Yeah, way too early. I think I gotta wait till it's flashing faster. I've always sucked at this part. Sometimes you can kinda like hook it on the ladder and stuff. Still too early. Doesn't mean I'm exceptionally good at this game. There we go. And then you can make it up here. And we're gonna go around, dodge these guys. And then it should be this guy. And he's dead. And then he's dead. Nice. And away we go. And we're gonna jump in here, and then there's a little eye thing over here. And then we're back in the same room, but on a higher ledge. We were over that way. That's where the spike traps were. Ta-da! And with that, we're already almost done with the dungeon. Now we just got these. And the next thing to do is to apparently jump on the sun. When I sees red, a new way will be open. So what does that mean? Well, we just got bombs. We're above the red thing. And eyes are involved in seeing. So if we do this right. We can drop it down in there. Now there is actually a way to get in there without bombing it. You can drop down into the mouth before it's actually even moved. Dodge the beambos. And then he helps me get up. So sometimes when an enemy hits you, you can just cancel that animation, which is nice. Not intentional, I don't ever plan them. That gives me a heart, nice. Actually, I think that way is optional. Yeah, that's just for optional stuff. So let's go in here. Missed a fairy. Oh well, now we're gonna push this block. The whole objective of this is there's a button in the middle of the room. Nice. And then we're gonna go ahead and get in here and we're gonna fight probably the easiest boss in the game. I'm sorry if anybody really likes the dongos, but he is the easiest boss in the game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for anybody who's a King Dodongo fan, though. You're about to see him get obliterated. And he's already dead. Just like that. And remember that power crouch stab, that is why he died so quickly. But that's already 2 dungeons, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect the reward here. Step in here, let the cutscene play out, and when the cutscene's over, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe down below. Check out other playthroughs I did both solo and with others. And remember to keep enjoying life. I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.